and he is used to being independent. It's a fear that I have." He went on to describe his own early education. He had gone to both public elementary and high school in a district which I recognized as one of the best in the Chicago suburbs. Yet he said that it had been a lonely experience. "None of my teachers were mentors to me. It was all so cold. Montessori is such a caring way to teach," he continued. Eventually, I explained my work in Montessori education. "In that case, let me ask you a question about something that bothers me," he responded. "Not everyone knows about Montessori. Why not? It's so good." I understood his frustration. Indeed, 40 years have passed since I began teaching second grade in the public school of Terrace Park, Ohio, and still our schools are no closer in connecting the education of children to their development as human beings. Each child as an individual with a unique contribution to make to the world. Until this is done, our schools will fail to help children become active learners, connected to their society, and empowered to accomplish things within it. Parents look to schools to help prepare their children for the world of change in which we live. Unfortunately, they consistently find educational systems geared to the past, built upon rewards and punishments, grading curves and class rank, rote memorization and testing. Primarily sitting and listening, each student is isolated at a desk with little opportunity for developing the social and communicative skills required for solving problems in the real world. In addition, in the last decade, standards of behavior and discipline in schools have steadily declined. Defiance, rudeness, and varying degrees of violence are increasingly commonplace among students. Parents are concerned about the impact of a negative school atmosphere on the values and attitudes of their children. Periodically, attempts at educational reform have been tried. In the 1960s, one approach, that of the open classroom, followed the publication of John Holt's classic book, How Children Fail. This approach freed the classroom teacher from the lockstep methods of the regular school curriculum, allowing for more attention to the needs of individual students and creating a more relaxed and joyful learning environment. This reform movement and others like it did not, however, contain well-defined academic components capable of helping children to meet high standards in literacy, mathematics, and the abilities to think and communicate clearly. Nor did they understand the necessity of viewing the child's education in its entirety. Goals and methods at each age level must form a cohesive whole if children are to reach their full potential for individual development. These reform efforts were, therefore, doomed ultimately to fail. In the early 1960s, I became aware of an approach to education that balances freedom with responsibility in the classroom and also sets high standards of intellectual and social development for children. Equally important, it encompasses a vision of the development of human beings from childhood to early adulthood. As a result, it is a logical and consistent plan of education that follows the child from one developmental stage to the next. This unique educational approach is the Montessori method. I was fortunate to have my first exposure to Montessori education in the classroom. I came to this experience without preconceived ideas and saw for myself the benefits for the children. I was an assistant in a preschool classroom, which the third of my then 4 children attended. It gradually became clear to me during that first year that the Montessori approach is firmly rooted in the developmental patterns of children. It appeared to be this grounding in stages of development, as well as its freeing up of natural human energy and appeal to intrinsic motivation, which led to the children's heightened intellectual and social achievement. In this classroom, the indirect preparation in both language and numeration, begun when they were 3 years old, made it possible for 5-year-old children to begin to read and write spontaneously and to complete the mathematical problems in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with an understanding of the decimal system. They reached this unusual level of development.